I'm Ken, and you're watching Kilt Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen. After a several month hiatus, I'm back. I was starting things off right by doing a recipe from a long-time friend and food blogger, Carly Flores. Carly's website, allivingaritisan.com, specialises in desserts, but today's recipe that she let me use can be used both as a dessert, a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner, anytime. It's called Chai Croissant French Toast. Now if that sounds a wee bit complicated, bear in mind, I didn't know how to bake desserts. This is very simple and you can do it too. Follow along with our simple step-by-step instructions and learn how to make a dish that sounds complicated, that will baffle your friends, but is in reality very simple.
Chai Croissant French Toast. Sounds hard, doesn't it? It's no harder than regular French toast. In fact, one batch of batter can coat a dozen croissants easy. Now, unless you have a well-stocked spice rack, you'll be buying some pretty pricey spices for this dish. I stayed true to the original recipe and the spices came out to $20, even buying generic. If you can't afford that, I recommend substituting a simple pumpkin spice. You can buy it quite cheap. All total, we're looking at between 50 cents a croissant or $2, depending on which route you go. Start by cracking open 4 eggs. Being right-handed, the camera just blocks your ability to see me crack them, but trust me, it is a thing of beauty to behold. Now, get out your whisk and just stir it around a bit. Mix up the eggs and the yolks, or the yolks and the whites. There's no real reason for it other than that. Then we're going to add a third cup of half and half. This is an imprecise measuring cup, so I had to do a wee bit more. And then we're just going to blend that in too. Now, we're going to add some cardamom. About 1/4 teaspoon should be enough. Cardamom adds that chai flavour that we're looking for. We're going to add the same amount of ground ginger, a half teaspoon of nutmeg, a half teaspoon of allspice, and a rather large teaspoon of cinnamon. Oh, actually that may be a half teaspoon. Oops. I'll explain why I couldn't taste the cinnamon. Anyway, add about 2 teaspoons of vanilla and a pinch or 2 of salt. A pinch is a very precise culinary measurement, so make sure you get it right. Blend all those spices together, make sure you don't have any chunks lying around and all of the spices are blended evenly throughout the batter. That's nice and good. I guess it's called an egg wash, I suppose. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, we're going to set our croissant in the batter. See how big that is? Oh, when it's that big you have to let it soak for 1 minute on each side. Let it sit for a minute, then flip it. And then you just got to fry it up in some butter. Well, you didn't think this was going to be healthy, did you? Be careful not to let it sit for too long or it'll dry out or burn, and that's not good. Better to let it sit for a minute aside and then flip. I, of course, flip it twice, as you can see, and it's got a nice colour to it. I really like that colour. In fact, that's what I like about this specific French toast recipe. It's just got a fantastic coloration to it that you just don't get from regular French toast. You know, this looks fine and all, but you know what it needs? It needs some protein. Aye, we're going to fry up some bacon. You knew this was coming. Don't lie to yourself and say you didn't think it was going to happen. You knew bacon was going to be in this mix. Anyway, I don't need to show you the entire process of frying bacon. You know how it goes. You know it's delicious. You know the smells are amazing. And there you have it. That's our croissant. Looks tasty, doesn't it? Mmm. Really like that nice brown, just golden richness to it. And then of course there's the bacon. Oh, but you know there's something missing to it. Whipped cream frosting. Alright, we'll combine a cup or all of the heavy cream you have left, and a half cup of powdered sugar, and a half cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, and a teaspoon or so of vanilla. And we're going to whisk that so it all blends together. And eventually, once you get all the chunks out, it starts to get this nice, silky smooth texture to it. It goes a lot faster if you use a whisk instead of a spoon. It doesn't take any time at all. You can either make this before you start everything else and then just refrigerate it until you're ready to put it on top and eat. Or you can just go straight from the blending process to directly putting it on top of your croissant. Either way, I think you'll agree with me. That looks fantastic, if I may say so myself. I want to thank Carly Flores, of course, for this delicious recipe. Let's give it a bite, see how it tastes. Get some of that delicious frosting on top. Oh, now that is what I call a good eat.
Well, that's our show. Hope you enjoyed yourself and I hope you learned something. Specifically, I hope you learned how to think outside the box by changing around your ingredients and coming up with new taste sensations and explosions, and your mind grows. Ah, it's so much fun, isn't it? Special thanks to Carly for letting me use her recipe. If you like this episode, make sure to follow her on Twitter, Carly Flores at oliveandartisan. You can get updates on all of her new recipes from her blog, oliveandartisan.com. She does all kinds of desserts. It's fantastic, it's delicious, and she's got a great voice and a fantastic writing style. I think you'll enjoy it. But in the meantime, you're watching Kilts Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen.